So when you saw that that Alita sent out her thing, she made that video.
Yeah, I saw the apology video. I started watching it on a stream. We got through just enough to get kind of a preface for my talk about Lawtube in general and groups.
Yeah,
but
and he actually commented on her thing, saying, "I still love you, LB. All's forgiven and forgotten."
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was very nice. That was like, let's just put this to bed. And he also took down a thread that he had put up there, which was pretty aggressive. It was an aggressive thread on Twitter that he took down. And then Friday morning, so he was kept out of the courthouse.
Yeah, he came on my show that morning, and he was on with me for quite a while, and then he went to do his own stream. Mm-hmm. So he explained kind of what had happened there. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, you might have been narrating for the audience.
No, I was actually sharing with you. If the audience gets what they get, and what they don't, they can ask in a super chat and I'll answer. No. No. So I think they know this story. I wasn't sure if you've been sleeping through it. So like, that's why.
No, I'm caught up through Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I feel as if DUI's fans or a certain percentage of people basically want a pound of flesh from LB. Like they want a pound of flesh for her. Like that they feel the apology wasn't sufficient. And that's a subjective thing, whether or not, how you read that apology is, what you take from it is objectively, it's a subjective call. But at the end of the day, he accepted the apology. He didn't have to do that. So to my mind, so I actually, when I was doing a panel thing and I was basically talking strategically the highs and lows of each team, like what was the best moment from a legal strategy perspective for Team Amber, or from, what was the best move they made as far as legal strategy, which I think it was a really, really interesting conversation, like breaking down different things or the worst of the strategy for both teams. And it was plagued continually with basically, so Legal Bytes was there the entire time, and it was plagued. I mean, they're just people who are just out to like not make sure that to just harass her. I mean, there was a lot of intentional harassment. There was no, and to the point like, and I'm a very big believer in free speech in my chat. And I'm like, you guys can say whatever you want. You can hate on me. You can hate on my guests. Just don't spam. Don't break terms of service, and don't get racist. And you do that, and I'm fine. And I felt that some of that got spammy. Like it was just repeatedly like LB, like anti-LB kind of thing, like the same person saying the same message every 15 seconds. And I was just like, all right, you're gone. I don't need that. And purely because of spam, you could say what you want to say. And heck, if you were mixing it up with something creative every time, I would be like, that's still free speech. But when it's the same message over and over again, that's just destroying the chat for everyone else. That's not even about Legal Bytes or anything like that. It just makes the chat unenjoyable for everyone who's watching, where it's like, I don't want to read the same message over and over again. It's stupid. So, and I think that's like rude, not to her, it's rude to me, and I didn't do anything. Like, what the hell? Why are you screwing my chat up?
It's about me at the end of the day.
And really, it's my channel, and you want to screw up my chat here and make things worse for the people who are trying to enjoy it. I think you're being kind of a dick, and I don't have to put up with that. So I'm gonna I'll release you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's why the one chat rule on my channel is please don't spam, right? Like that's the reason,
right? Because because part of the whole thing as to why people enjoy your show or my show is they enjoy engaging with each other. It's not just engaging us, or half the time I think they're not even listening to us, but they're like engaging each other. It's harder when the chat is bigger, but that they're engaging each other to a degree. And if that gets interrupted because of spam, then it's just you're ruining an element of the show, and it's not fair. So, but they definitely. And my take on is this. Okay, I understand that some people look at her thing and say that wasn't a real apology. Like to their mind, it wasn't a real apology. Okay, so
I mean, to be candid, I struggled to find. I mean, okay, so there's two elements to an apology, right? there's the words and then there's the intent.
Mhm.
Those are separate things, and they can go both ways. I think she legitimately had an intent to apologize, and I think she was really struggling to find the right wording and how to do it.
Right.
And so I can certainly see the criticism of I didn't hear an apology here, but just my understanding of getting to know Alita since Rittenhouse is and I said this on my show a whole bunch, is I don't personally think she had a lot of malice going into this. And so I found her apology, though the wording may have been deficient, I think the intent was there. And I would personally rather see someone who intends to apologize but words it poorly than someone who words the most perfect apology ever but doesn't mean it at all. So that's how that's
Right.
what I would rather see on an interpersonal level.